Sophia, is this the biggest retail demand ever for an IPO, whether in Hong Kong or Shanghai?
Hi, morning, Sherry. Yep, it is. I mean, you said more than 870 times oversubscribed in Shanghai. So that implies $2.8 trillion of bids. And just for context, you know, that's unleveraged bids. In Shanghai, retail investors cannot take on debt to bid for IPOs. So those are real unleveraged bids. And in Hong Kong, one of the people we spoke to used 33 times leverage to bid for the IPO in Hong Kong. And just for context as well, in the US, the regulatory limit there is for only 1 time leverage. So 33 times is massive. So people are really, the demand is it's essentially you might as well bid for the IPO. In Hong Kong, the allotment is so small, 50 shares, so you only need about 4,000 Hong Kong dollars. So you know it's not a huge amount of cash that you need to set aside to buy just one allotment. So the sense here is that you might as well bid. One of the people we spoke to was kind of refreshing his brokerage website for seconds around the noon deadline, and he managed to get the quota for his portfolio, and it ran out within minutes. So it's kind of a lottery, feeling of a lottery in Hong Kong.
So trading begins on November the 5th. What are we expecting to see on that day?
Well, so we were asking around, and actually we actually have a bet here in the office, and how much the stock will pop in Hong Kong intraday. It'll be interesting. You know, we just for some color, the bets here range from 8% to 66%. So it really is. It will. I mean, the expectation is that it will rise, and one of the investors we spoke to is predicting a 30% pop on the first day. It's interesting also to point out that in Shanghai, in most mainland exchanges, there is a 44% limit for stocks that are on their first day, but on the Starboard, where Ant will list, there is no limit. And at 36 times projected earnings, you know, Ant is expensive, but is not hugely expensive. We had some IPOs last year that were pricing at 52 times earnings in Shanghai, and obviously Ant is a much bigger deal, and it has, you know, Jack Ma and Alibaba brand behind it. So it's not a huge valuation. So we do expect some exuberance there, especially for people who couldn't get a slice of the IPO in Shanghai, 870 times oversubscribed. You would expect some bids also on the first day of trading.